And that was the third time I beat Johnny Depp in checkers. Oh, hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Just talking over here.
Yeah.
Just a couple guys. Look at this. Look where we are, Witty. We made it.
We're in Los Angeles. We're gonna be on Radio Row all week, doing the show, wrangling guests, our usual hijinks.
Just fucking shit up.
And then we got some other stuff going on.
We can't tell you all of it. We may or may not end up at a major movie executive's house. We may end up getting Witty to smoke weed with Ricky Williams. Are you going to?
Oh, wait,
we haven't done that yet.
I'm not having that. Not having.
Our goal, we're taking a tour of a weed farm, and we want him to smoke weed. Is it gonna happen?
I will not be peer pressured into this. This is.
It's Ricky Williams, though.
I know. I guess if you're gonna do it for the first time.
See?
Ricky
okay.
Williams.
All right, we're like 50-50
with his
right
Heisman products.
Yes.
All right, guys, we just got the call from Ricky Williams.
Really?
We got the call.
what?
Oh my God.
It's happening now.
No.
We can't really say where we're going.
Undisclosed location.
So we're just going
Somewhere back there.
We're just going to magically morph from this spot, boom, to Ricky Williams. But we're excited about it. Hopefully, Witty smokes weed. What do you think? What's your money? Are you betting yay or nay?
I'm betting yay.
Yeah, me too. Witty, what are you betting?
Nay.
Let's find out.
So this is actually a flower room, and because the teenagers, they just brought them in here, and they just pulled out a harvest.
Oh, sweet.
So these are in the room that are starting.
How long does it take a plant? Sorry if you already said this. To get to become a teenager, like what's the timeline on?
Well, I think the minimum might be 6 weeks. I think the minimum is 6 weeks.
Cool.
So here, these are the teenagers, okay? And so they start with called clones, and they transplant little babies until they get strong enough to be on their own, and then they bring them in here, and then they get them to a certain size before taking them into the flower room.
Why are the lights this way?
Yeah, so there's different forms of lighting. These are LEDs, and a lot of people are using more LEDs because they're not as hot, and it keeps the room cooler, and you don't have to use as much money to cool the room down. When you walk into a grow, the general format is pretty much the same, but each cultivator, they have their own special recipe relative to nutrients, relative to the medium they grow in, and the type of lights they use.
What separates marijuana products? Like how are they different? How is one different from another?
Well, when you say products, there's a whole line of products, and they're basically formed around consumption methods. Most people know what we call flower, and if we see the buds, you'll see it's actually a flower, and that's usually what is smoked. It's like any vegetable or fruit, right? There's a whole variety of different oranges. Some are big, some are small, some are sweet, some are sour.
Yeah.
Okay? We know they're oranges, but they're all these different flavors. I prefer sativas. They're more heady, and tend to be more citrusy.
Talk to us about the difference between indica, sativa, and a hybrid. Like for
Yeah.
the novice, like what does that mean?
And typically, when people talk about an indica, they'll say a heavy indica, or they'll say indicouch. And it's more of a body feeling, a body sensation, where you want to be in your body. You want to be, eating food, doing things that feel really good to your body. Whereas a sativa is more going to get you in your head.
You've mentioned in weeks past on the Le Batard Show about meditating being a huge source for recovery for you in your career. What's the difference between meditating and just being really, really high on my couch?
Intention.
Because as long as I feel like I'm meditating, I'm
you
so
are
relaxed right after.
You are meditating.
Yeah.
I mean, so Bob Marley, he referred to smoking as meditating.
Right.
And the idea of meditating is you clear your mind and you can focus on the present moment. Yeah. And that's why, when we smoke, why food tastes so good, and why music smells so good, and why sex feels so good. Because we're just more present in the moment.
What, are you gonna smoke some weed?
No.
You have to. Listen, you have to. You don't have to take one hit. You're in California. Just one hit, just so you can say you did.
Under consideration.
Peer pressure.
No doubt about it. 100% peer pressure.
Do they have names? This is Kyle. This is Jack. It's my happy place.
Because when they move into a different room to turn them into flower, all they do is they change the light cycle. So for instance, these might be 10 hours, these might be 10 hours on, more than that, 18 hours on, 6 hours off, to keep them in vegetative state. So with these indoor, that's why people grow indoors. You're playing Mother Nature. So
The sun is always on.
Exactly. And so they know, and when summer hits and the days are even, that's when in nature they start to move into flower. And so to mimic that, you turn the lights to 12 on, 12 off, and they'll start to go into flower. All right, let's go. We'll go to we'll go to the dry room. That's the fun. That's the fun room. So yeah, so what we saw before was, you know, kind of where they start, and a couple of months later, harvest time, and this is where flower's about to dry, and usually it'll dry for anywhere from 10 days to 2 weeks. It's from here, it's drying, curing, and then trimming.
Okay.
And so they'll trim all the little leaves around to create like really beautiful buds.
Oh, okay.
Right, so they'll trim all this, all the little leaves, and they'll be like really tight buds.
Oh, okay.
And the big buds will be sold in jars, usually, or mylars. They'll be sold in stores. And the smaller buds will be usually ground up and put into pre-rolls or processed to make oil.
You ever just walk by after a long day, like, all right, I'm gonna go home?
if it's dried enough, yeah.
So how many different strands would you say you guys have? Like, I know it's a tough question.
There's probably 35, at least 35. You know, and it depends on the size of the grow.
Right.
You know, like these guys have multiple facilities, and you know, these guys are big. Where a lot of the big cultivators are providing for multiple brands. So yeah. Hey.
Woody, is this what you expected? Like, this is new for you?
I had absolutely no expectations going in. So
What do you think?
I think it's really cool.
Does it make it like less mysterious when you realize that it's like a plant? And it's,
Yeah. I mean, I just knew nothing about like even the notion of having to dry it. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But I just have never like given any thought to actually how the process goes. But yeah, I mean, you're right. It's just harvesting a plant like any other
And actually,
farmer
the
would, right?
drying and the curing is actually like the art, and you can do a great job growing, but if you don't get the dry and the cure right, you're gonna get mold. It's not gonna smoke well. So this is really the hardest, but the most important part of the process.
Cold is better.
So the ideal is 60% humidity, 60 degrees. That's what they found is the right temperature and humidity for the plants to dry.
Gotcha. How much has the science evolved?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, because so many people are making so much money, they can afford to hire scientists.
Like R&D almost.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They have, and it's a big business, and like, you know, it's like all farmers, and now and all farming, right? The scientists have come in, and now that more money is coming into cannabis, you know, it's becoming more and more of a science. That long ago, that you know, when we were talking about it, we had to whisper. You know, and even on like. Wouldn't be able to talk about it even on
what we're doing right now we would not have done
we would have been censored out. Exactly.
Is weed better now? Like
the quality, of course. The scientists get in. The quality is better. 100%. And you know,
no regs around here. There's no regs.
There's no Reggie.
Right?
Not here. Not here. I mean, pretty much anything grown in California, anything grown outdoors is considered Reggie. Like you can grow a beautiful flower outdoor. No one's gonna pay anything.
Really? Wait, so you're saying anything grown outside of California? Like
no, I mean anything grown outside.
I see.
Outside.
Oh, yeah. It's useless.
You're not gonna. I mean, so indoor, like premium indoor, wholesale. You can premium maybe 3,000 a pound.
Wow.
Outdoor, you're lucky to get 1,200. Lucky to get 1,200 a pound.
Wow. Just because of like you said, we know what
it's
the conditions.
It's more of the market. Yes.
Well, we know what the conditions are for good stuff,
Yes.
and so if it's not grown in those conditions, then it probably won't be as good as stuff.
You can't control
Right. Exactly.
weather.
Yeah.
And so the big measurement is THC percentage. So they'll measure how much THC is in. Is in.
We went to a dispensary yesterday. I was looking at like, all right, this one has 27.3% or whatever.
And you know, for the market, that number is a big deal.
Yeah. What's your sweet spot?
My sweet spot is like low 20% with a rich terpene profile.
Okay.
For me, it's really like the experience of the taste.
Yeah.
The taste. The smell.
Palate like super refined now.
It has become.
It's almost like you're a sommelier, right?
I was gonna compare it to like cigars, like people that like get super into cigars and they can separate all the cat. Oh, this is the kind like a dryer. I like
What's
whatever.
amazing is the people though that work in the industry, like they can smell a flower and they know the genetics.
You like the person with this company that like the product comes to you and you like, no, not good enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Really, you're a test agent.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
Like we got a few pre-rolls for you to try.
Yeah.
I love these two. This one,
Yeah, exactly.
not ready yet.
Exactly.
but Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get Woody high.
Is there any?
Just wrapped up.
That'll do it for another edition of Chris.
I'm just trying.
This is a mystery crate.
I'm trying to host what we're doing. So we just wrapped up. We took a tour. I asked Ricky Williams a lot of questions. And
Good ones,
I was really.
Yeah, they were good questions.
Oh, thank you.
I just blacked out and I was in heaven the whole time. I felt like I was just floating
drifted
from
in.
room
I
to room.
But you weren't like smoking any of the weed, like
Not yet.
It was, yeah. All right. So tell us what we got. So we got a gift at the end.
The Heisman brand is like Ricky's weed company. He's gave us a bunch of stuff to take home. I mean, this is the guy we really want to try.
I mean,
here. We know
this
that
is going to take some convincing.
Me and
yeah.
Anthony, we know.
So actually, when we were presented this, I think it was Chris that asked. So if you haven't done this before, which one should he go for? And so I was recommended the halftime. This is Ken Jiffy Jr. which is
So explain to him what that actually means.
This is Jesus Skittlesworth.
Yeah. So it's just like pregame, halftime, and postgame are like kind of like I think like the various stages of marijuana. So I guess like the
one is indigo, one is sativa, and one is a hybrid.
Okay.
I think they recommend.
Woody's gonna get zooted. Are you?
Not on camera.
What?
Definitely not in view of anyone, but I will deliberate.
Stay tuned.
I might give this a go.
Yes.
No, not stay tuned.
Yeah.
There is no way.
tuned.
There's no way I'm doing this on camera. So, anyway,
Smoking it.
thanks to Ricky Williams.
Yes.
Check out Heisman, another clever pun. HIGHSMAN.
That's right.
And check it out wherever you get marijuana.
Hey, come back here.
Wait, where are you going?
We need that one.
We need that.
That's
Chris,
Jesus
where are you going?
Skittlesworth.